Video, I want to show you how to input your footings for your house. There's a lot of different methods that you can use to input your footing. Here we have the model where we worked on going 3D and we made a 3D representation of that first footing on the left side of the house. And I'm going to show you one way that you can put the rest of the footings into the house. First of all, of course, you need to go to the plans and you need to look at the foundation plan to see what size the footings are. Remember, the dimensions on the plan are from outside of foundation to outside of foundation, not from outside of footing to outside of footing. If you need a refresher on how those dimensions work, look at the video called Understanding Concrete Dimensions. So on the back wall here, we have a 48-foot outside of foundation to outside of foundation. So we're going to add 4.5 inches on each end. It's going to be 48.9 total along the back. So that's the next wall I'm going to put under the next footing that I'm going to put in. So I'll go back to SketchUp, and this is my footing. And what I'm going to do, I know that my footings are 18 inches wide, and I'm going to make a rectangle starting at this top corner on the back and come down on the edge of the bottom, let go, and I'm going to type in 18. That makes that footing 18 inches wide, and whatever height the footing is, which is 9 inches. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing up here in front because eventually I'm going to need that one also. I'm going to go up in the corner and click, drag it down, let go, and type in 18. Okay, now what I can do is I can use the push-pull tool, which is the P on your keyboard or the sixth tool up from the bottom on the left. And I can select this new little rectangle that I made and pull it out. Now I want 48'9", but I'm starting 18 inches in. So I subtract 18 inches from 48'9", and I get 47'3" inches. Okay. Now, if I did it correctly, that wall will be 48'9" because I added 47'3" to the 1'6" that was already there. I'm going to check my dimensions just to make sure they're correct. And I'm going to just pull off of that wall. And it says that it's 48'9". So we're on the right path here. Now I can come down to this corner and I can do another rectangle from the outside corner down to the bottom, and I can say 18 inches. So I'm ready to pull that one now. Now this wall over here is 22'9", so I'm going to pull it 21'3" inches, okay, to get the right side or size. Now I'm going to come back here and I'm going to do the same with this one. I'm going to pull it out 21'3", and because it's a 22-foot wall in front also, there it is, 22'9". So that's the size that that one's supposed to be. Okay, now if you remember the plans, we have to come across in the front of the garage. We have to come up with a wall here. We've got to go up and put in these walls. So I'm just going to add these walls real quick and kind of show you how I would do it. And there are, like I said, there are a lot of other ways to do it, but I'm just going to show you how I would handle this particular one. By doing the same thing, I'm going to be making rectangles that are 18 inches wide that I can pull from. And then I'm going to, or sometimes you have to pull a certain dimension, and sometimes you can just pull it and leave it there for a little while. It just all depends on how you want to do this particular footing. So I'm going to keep working on this real quick here so I can kind of show you how it's going to look. Same deal. I'm just making 18-inch wide rectangles. Now in this case, I can just pull it down to the front wall because that's all I need to go. Okay, now when I do that, it creates a line in the middle here. I don't want those lines to be there. So I'll select the line, hit my delete key, but then go underneath because there's a line under there also. Select that line and delete it. Now see, the footing is all continuous. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so I've got to continue on this side. That's going to be 18 inches. And I'm going to try that one again. I'll put in 14 inches instead of 14 feet. Now this one I'm going to push back a little bit. It's a little too far, but that's okay. I'm going to put my 18-inch rectangle there, and then I'm going to pull that out, and I'm going to pull it all the way back to that back wall. Now when I do that, I'm going to wind up with those lines again. See, there's a line there that I don't want. So I highlight it and delete it. I go underneath, highlight it and delete it. Okay, and now I have my footings. Once again, there's another one of those lines. So I'm going to highlight it and delete it, and go underneath and highlight it and delete it. Okay. Now for the garage door, I know that it's 7'3" wide where the footing is, and it starts 2 feet from this line. So I'm going to take a guideline from here, and I'm going to bring it over 2 feet. And that didn't quite work. That went 2 inches. So I'm going to take a guideline. There we go. And I'm going to bring it over 2 feet. Okay, that's better. And now I'm going to make a rectangle, and the rectangle is going to be right on top here. And I'm going to make it 7'3" because that's the width of the space between the footing. Then I can use my push-pull tool, and I can just push that section down all the way to the bottom. Okay. When I do that, there's just a couple lines left, and I can highlight them and delete them, and highlight them and delete them, and there's my footing. Okay.